And we are live here on Hot Tag Takes on HamiltonRadio.net, channel HR2. I am your host, John BRECKO. I'm going it alone today. PJ's up at school. He thinks he's too cool for us now. You see this shit, Ruben? Yeah, man. I mean, we've had an eventful time setting up for this show. Ruben actually tried to take me out just a little bit ago, so this almost didn't happen, just to let everybody know. Like, Ruben put the speakers up so high that I actually thought he was going to blow me out the window.
I was going to blow you out the window.
And there's no stairs over there, so it just would have been a straight drop. Like, Ruben had the speakers up so high that through the window I'm looking at him at, I could see the sweat move on his head. Like, it was legit moving. They were racing each other down the race car track that is his bald-ass head. Anyways, how you doing, man? Everything good with you?
Yeah, everything's good, man. I was up till like 3 a.m. trying to finish up, 3 projects I got going on. I got 2 promotional videos I got to do. I'm working on this film plus the book.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to close, those 2 chapters. So I was like, oh.
Ruben also likes to sleep in on us here, just so everybody knows.
So
you call him like 4 times, and then he tells you he's just putting his pants on.
Yeah, I overslept.
Oh,
man, we were out for a whole month.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage and the Bees came in and invaded the studio.
So, I'm trying to do makeup work and catch up on things.
Right, for sure, 100%.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for our guest today, man. And let me get into the intro really quick. The first time our guest today stepped on a stage was at 5 years old. Growing up in Franklin, North Carolina, he learned the value of hard work and dedication, and it laid the foundation for him in his life, both on and off of the music stage. His relatability has pushed his music's popularity forward, starting with his home states of Tennessee and North Carolina, and has kept it going across the country. His blend of country, rock, and blues has garnered him awards such as EP of the Year at the 2023 Josie Music Awards in Nashville. Jason has had the privilege to share stages with Easton Corbin, Aaron Tippin, Moonshine Bandits, Jesse James, and many others. Today, this veteran performer and singer-songwriter that you can commonly catch at the Pigeon Forge and Old Red in Tennessee graces us with his presence right here on Hot Tag Takes, again, only on HamiltonRadio.net, channel HR2. So without any further ado, give it up for Jason PASSMORE! I just knocked my phone off the desk. Oh, man. How you doing, brother? How you living? How's everything?
Oh, really good, man. Good to be here. Good to be on the show today. I'm like Ruben. I'm a little tired today, man. I went to the Five Finger Death Punch concert last
night. You did. You took your son. We talked a little bit about it. My co-host is actually a very big metalhead. He likes a lot of the obscure metal, like the one they're talking about, like Vikings, like saving the princess in a different dimension. Like Mario got dressed up for Halloween. So, but no, he's a real big metalhead. I mean, talk to us a little bit about the show. Did you have fun?
Oh man, it one of the best nights I've ever had, man. I've always been a really huge Five Finger Death Punch fan, and after all these years, a friend of mine actually got me the tickets, and my son went, and it was freaking incredible, man. So.
Oh man, I can imagine. Let's talk a little bit about it though. So, what are some of the bands that you liked growing up? Like Five Finger Death Punch. What are some of the rock bands you like growing up? Let's talk a little bit about it.
Well, for me, the 80s and 90s hair bands such as Warrant, Firehouse, Poison, Slaughter, all those guys, man, Megadeth, Pantera, Metallica.
Okay.
I'm Ozzy Osbourne, Zach Wilde. I actually named my son Zachary Wilde, so
I mean, you like a lot of the classic ones. People don't realize how far back Metallica actually goes these days.
Oh, absolutely, man. And to me, like the hair bands and stuff, it is. People might, that was this glam metal and stuff. But that was when some of the greatest guitar players and singers that ever come across music. You know what I mean? So.
Oh my God, that, and if you go back to like the trippy music from the 70s, if you put the two of those together, you would get like the biggest acid trip of a jam session in your life. I feel
absolutely.
Like that's just my opinion. That's just how I'm looking at it personally. But
well, and like I said, like singing wise as well, like CJ Snare, rest his soul, man. He died a few months ago, and from Firehouse, and
right.
Jamie Lane. You know, those guys like that, man. Just incredible singers.
Yeah, man, 100% for sure. So I was actually about to watch this before the show. The only problem was I ran out of time. I saw you were performing at 89.9 WDVX on their Blue Plate special recently. I believe it was sometime last month. If I have this right, don't quote me on this. 89.9 WDVX is a radio station that I believe is based out of Knoxville. How was that, my man? That looked interesting. Talk to us a little bit about it. I wish I had the chance to listen to it a little bit more. I just ran out of time.
Well, it was actually incredible, man. A friend of mine, Pamela, got me that show, and I got to go do all my stuff that's out, and it was a great crowd, great crew, man. It was really. I love the acoustic solo stuff like that, where it's more intimate,
Right.
Which I love my band and stuff, but I really enjoy that acoustic stuff like that, man. It's a great show.
So, what do you think like makes like the acoustic intimate? So, I used to play guitar when I was younger. I played a little bit of electric. I've never really played acoustic. What makes like the acoustic different from like the guitar? What makes that a little bit more intimate?
Well, like whether me and my guitar player do an acoustic show, there's not everything surrounding it. So it's just you and the guitar and the audience, and it's just, I don't know, it just makes it more intimate.
Okay.
Really special to me. So
it's just like the guitar by itself usually. That's why.
Yeah. Just, because people are not, you're not looking, if you're out in the audience, you're not looking at 4 or 5 different guys up there singing and playing and all that going on. It's just, you're looking at one guy with a guitar, and it's just more personal, I guess, between you and the audience.
You're just staring at one guy into his soul while you're plucking the strings of his guitar.
Absolutely.
just cold, hard stare at one person each song and just don't look away and try to just get them to stare back.
Yeah.
just try to see how long that person will go before they can crack,
Oh yeah, absolutely. It'd probably be me cracking, because a lot of times I get into it, man. Close my eyes, so I guess they'd win the staring contest.
No, because this is what I feel like will happen. See, what I feel like will happen is you'll stare at him for so long because you'll be trying to get him to crack before the end of the song, and then you maybe get like 3/4 of the way. And like finally, you just had to start laughing, so you got to like look away a little bit because you start cracking a smile, and you don't want to let them know you've been broken during your own song. I got it. I understand.
Exactly.
So this is the first thing that I wanted to ask. It's about the genres of music that you blend together. So we talked a little bit about it in the intro. You blend country, rock, and blues together. Your bio talks about that, and about how you, quote, carefully construct your lyrics to represent the life and the lives of the people that support you. What I wanted to know is, where does each genre come from? What would maybe come from your dad watching him perform, and what comes from your own experiences in life?
Well, my dad was, first and foremost, an absolutely incredible singer, musician, and person. And but he always always told me, he said, "Son, you need to stay away from that damn rock and roll, and stay with country or whatever." So my country side is 100% him.
Right.
But naturally, growing up, I got into all kinds of music. So I always loved rock and roll. So I like to blend that in my stuff as well. And I love blues. But I started listening to rock at both at an early age, man.
Because he told you to stay away from it. That's why.
Well, exactly. I mean, they're.
You tell somebody to stay away from it, that's exactly where they're gonna go.
Oh, I'm not.
You put the suggestion in there.
If you tell me not to do something, I'm one of those people. I have got to do it.
Now you want to do it
against all odds.
I mean, I've heard that from not just you, but a lot of people that have been on the show before. That they wanted that their parents wanted them to stay away a little bit from rock and roll, and not. Well, I shouldn't say not the people in the music with like the music backgrounds. Actually, with the people with the music backgrounds, just from a different place, like from country. I had one guy here who had a little bit more of a gospel background, and he ended up becoming like a big metalhead. His name's Tim Steinruck. He's based out of, northern Canada. But, I mean, so country was obviously from your dad, and you got rock and roll, because that's exactly what your dad didn't want. Where does the blues come from exactly?
Well, again, I've been a really big fan of like Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Okay.
I love his playing, his music, man. I like Jimi Hendrix a lot. I don't know, man. I love some blues. That's really hard to beat. Love B.B. King, all those guys. So.
Yeah, man. No, 100%. The first song that I did listen to, by the way, is These Colors Don't Run. This obviously is not the bluesy song, by the way. There's 3 that I listened to before the show, and I thought it was pretty clear, which one was like the more bluesy one to me. This definitely wasn't it. So
well, for me, not. I actually picked up that song. The Van Zant brothers from Leonard Skinner wrote that song.
Okay.
But I'm also, the reason I picked it is I'm very, very, very big on veterans in America, man.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorites right there. So.
No, it's an awesome song. You listen to the first verse, you could tell right away this is a classic country track for everything about America, the men and women who fight for us, freedom. I think we all, kind of understand the gist, and understand what the song is about just from that by itself. I'm glad I listened to it first because when I was looking on social media for questions, I did see the one post on Instagram about the Georgia Bulldogs and thought, if we're going to play this song first, this would be a great segue to talking about football, and we have to talk about things that matter on a podcast with a singer and songwriter on music. And one of those things is definitely football. Priorities, goddammit.
Yeah.
But, we might as well. The last game of week 2 is tonight. The Eagles will be 2-0 after tonight, by the way. I'm just saying. I'm more of an NFL fan myself, right? For me, there's just so many schools with college football. I find it so hard to keep track of. My aunt's a big Rutgers fan. She graduated from there, so if I had to pick a school, it would probably be that. Not that anything about Rutgers football these days really gets me all that excited. I haven't been excited probably about Rutgers football in a very long time, but I am genuinely curious. Are you a college football guy, or are you more of a pro football guy? Which one do you, follow a little bit more?
Well, as far as football, I do love college, and I do like NFL a lot too. I grew up, my guitar player, man, he's a Redskins fan, and I call him Redskins, because that's just it. But I mean,
you used to calling it one thing for so long.
Well, I mean, that's what they originally were. But anyway, I have to be a Cowboys fan because I grew up. My grandmother was from the time I was born all through my life, she was a huge Cowboys fan.
So she just like sucked you into it, and you just couldn't get away.
Well, it was her, and I had to be for who she was for, and she passed away in 2014, so I got to carry it on,
Yeah, now you got to carry it on. Now you got to do it for grandma. But it could have also been one of those things like, stay away from rock and roll, like root for the Cowboys. That you could have pushed you away, but you just chose to get sucked in by it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, and for some reason, I have to say I've been choosing. I love the Falcons too, but neither team, man, it's been a rough go here the last few years. So
you said you like the Falcons?
yeah.
Falcons don't look too bad.
No, hopefully they'll get it together,
They
man.
look they look all right.
Wish the Cowboys looked good in week 1, and then they didn't. I don't know. That's the typical though, you know.
Yeah, no, they look great one week, then the next, they just I don't know what happens. It just they always find a way for something to happen. I don't know what it is.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm trying to figure that out myself.
I do love college football too. I do. If I'm not playing music, I do telephony, telephone and internet stuff. And
right.
I started my career in my early 20s in Commerce, Georgia, which I always liked the Bulldogs before that, but that just became, kind of I really love the Dogs. But again, man, I love Tennessee. Just a lot of different teams, man. And here in my career, the last few years, I've just got so much music stuff going on that I'm not as hardcore as I used to be.
Right. I mean, the Bulldogs wouldn't let you down, though. The Bulldogs won't let you down like the Cowboys.
Exactly.
It's a nice thing to lean on right now, right?
Yeah. It's at least one team is getting there, so So.
That's right. So I do want to ask, because I don't want to stay on it too long. Before we play These Colors Don't Run, I do want you to talk a little bit about it. We have a good idea of what it's about, but what made you want to write the song when you did? What exactly inspired it?
These Colors?
Yeah.
Well, These Colors was written by the Van Zandt brothers. That's what I was just saying.
Yeah.
From Skinner. But I just got to pick the song out of some songs that I had picked or whatever, and I could have put another one of my songs, but I really love that song a lot. So it's kind of I wanted to have it on my EP. So
I did want to ask: are you gonna write an America based song on your own? Have you written one already that we should listen to at some point?
I actually wrote one. It's been a couple of weeks ago, man, and I think it's going to be a great, great song.
Okay.
I've got it written. I've got it recorded, as far as just a demo for myself, when I do take it to the studio. So
right.
I'm not going to do it right now, but it will come out here eventually here in the next few months.
I'm excited now. I don't want to ask too much about that because I don't want to spoil nothing for you. Hey, Ruben, now that the sweat's not moving on your forehead anymore, we got to play These Colors Don't Run. Try to make sure you don't lose any of the sweat on your forehead that is not moving too much, because you're trying to take me out with these speakers.
Why you want my sweat?
No, I really don't. Anyway, everybody, you're listening to Jason Passmore right here on HamiltonRadio.net, channel HR2. This is Hot Tag Takes, and this is These Colors, They Don't Run.
Got Old Glory hanging out in my garage, and one on the chrome post flying in my yard. I got a patch on my jacket, says 101st, and a sticker on my bumper says don't mess with her. These colors don't run. I hold them dear to my heart. With all of my might, I'll stand up and fight for every star in every stride. Yeah, I'm a proud supporter of the men and the women who risk their lives for our cause. Let me tell you, son, we're still number one. These colors don't run. I pledge allegiance to this nation and the eagle flying high. I'm the first to set off fireworks on the 4th of July. And God bless the people who love this great land. And when it comes to freedom, united we stand. And these colors don't run. I hold them dear to my heart. With all of my might, I'll stand up and fight for every star and every stride. Yeah, I'm a proud supporter of the men and the women who risk their life for our cause. Let me tell you, son, we're still number one, and these colors don't run. These colors don't run. These colors don't run. I'm a proud supporter of the men and the women who risk their life for our cause. Let me tell you, son, we're still number one, and these colors don't run. Never will, never have. These colors don't run.
That's the cover of These Colors Don't Run, made by Jason Passmore, played right here on Hot Tag Takes on HamiltonRadio.net, channel HR2. Before we get into some of our other questions, make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe. Ruben, we just passed 3,600 subscribers, bro.
All right, 3,600.
All right,
So
now.
we're on the pathway to 4,000,
That's right.
or even
That's what-
5,000 by Christmas.
That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for it a little sooner, but that's just me. These Colors Don't Run here on HamiltonRadio.net, channel HR2. Jason Passmore is here with us. This is probably going to sound weird, but when I heard you singing that first verse, like right when you first started, I was getting a little bit of a Luke Combs vibe, right? And then you get to the bridge, and I just said to myself, wait a minute. Because I realized at that moment I was so wrong for everything that I just thought, and that I wanted to take back everything I was just thinking. But, you know, we talked a little bit about it already. You come from a music background. Back when your dad was performing on a stage, maybe still is, what genre of music would you typically see him perform? You might have answered this already. You said you get the countryside from your dad, so I'm guessing that's most of, you know, what he was playing back when he was performing, back when you were watching him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Country. He done a lot of Merle Haggard stuff, you know, which I'm a big fan of Merle Haggard.
That's right.
Did a lot of Vince Gill. I love Vince
Okay.
Gill. Just a lot of that old country, man. Buck Owens, all that great stuff. Yeah, I mean, but I meant to say, you know, I guess the way I sing that chorus there, or that bridge, I wanted to say another one of my favorite and a really big influences is Chris Cornell.
Okay.
Yeah, I always thought Chris Cornell was an incredible singer. So.
Okay. Gotcha. So, you know, who were some of the other musicians, obviously other than your dad, that you were inspired by? I'm guessing, you know, a lot of the different musicians that you mentioned already, you know, the Vince Gills, the Cornells, guys like that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And Oh, but I love Brad Paisley as well, man. An
Oh
incredible,
my God.
incredible guitar player, man.
100%. You can't bring up Brad Paisley and not mention the guitar playing. In my
Oh,
opinion, that's. I mean, you might have a little bit better of an understanding of this than me, but in my opinion, that's the best guitar player I've ever heard in country music. That's just my opinion. I don't know if you want to
well,
bring up anybody else, talk about them, but
he has a special. He's got his own uniqueness. You can if you didn't see what was the name of whoever was on the radio or on Spotify, and you just heard it on the radio, and you heard a couple of guitar licks, you know who it is. I mean, he's just got his own unique thing.
no,
But another one,
he's
of
got it
course, that not mention is Brent Mason. I mean, he's been on
right.
every album, 90s and early 2000s, from Shania Twain to everybody under the sun, man. He's a monster guitar player, man.
Yeah. I mean, for me, when you talk about Brad Paisley, you talk about, somebody with a unique voice, but you also listen to him for, the solos and the guitar playing too. And it's kind of like the full package. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. And I don't know. I really don't know who writes his songs. I don't know if it's him or if he's got somebody that writes a lot of his songs. But he has a very, very great catalog of songs as well.
100%.
But now another one is one of my absolute favorite artists too. That I do a lot of stuff. If I'm playing out, is Jason Aldean. I love me some Jason Aldean.
100%. No, he's
and
put out
he's
a lot
one of those
classics.
I don't know who and all writes his songs as well, but I say he's got 50 songs, 49 and a half of them to me are excellent, man. So just very well written songs. So
yeah. So out of the 3 songs I listened to before the show, the one I listened to next, and this was the one that had like the blues sound to me, or at least I thought so, was Out Here in the Country. Is that what you were intending for the song?
Well, when I wrote that song, I was actually coming across the Smoky Mountain Parkway, and I've written like 3 songs coming across there the last few months, or 4 or something like that. But I don't know. It just kind of, when I write something, it comes to me a lot of times, and like in my head, I have the melody already as I start writing the song. So it's not that it was intended for a certain genre or anything, but it just came to me that way. And that, the song is more or less like, when you're out here playing music, it seems like sometimes every day, all day long, you're on the road 24 hours a day, and it's just it's nice to have that somebody to come home to, or or to come spend a couple of days with, away from everything and all the noise, and just you and her, and that's it.
For sure. I mean, I do want to ask this. I feel like this is a good time for it because you just spoke a little bit about it. So when you write your music, you have, I'm sure everybody has like a certain process of, how they do it, how, they picture their songs, how they put them to paper, things like that. But with you kind of, picture what you want to write about, and you kind of have like the melody in the back of your head as you're doing that. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah. Like when I started writing it, when the words kind of, something like, a thought came to me, and as it came out, it kind of came out exactly how it sounds on the recording.
Nice.
That melody was already in my head as that started coming out. And that's the way, I mean, for me, if I'm writing something, I've got to have some kind of melody. It's hard to write something for me and it not have a structure, I guess.
No, it makes sense. I mean, you want to have it sound a certain way so that when you put out the finished product, it's, how you were envisioning it. It makes sense.
Oh, yeah. So,
100%.
But I'm really proud of the song, man. It's and like I said, it's everything that I pretty much write I've been through, or I have a passion about, or or something. It's hard for me to write something that I don't feel or hadn't been through or something. So
Gotcha.
if anybody's out there listening to my music, I really appreciate everybody I hope they enjoy it, and I hope that something that I feel can touch somebody, or help them in a certain way or whatever. So
I love it. I do want you to talk a little bit about the song Out Here in the Country, what it's about, the story you're trying to tell us, and what that song means to you before we play it on the air.
Well, like I said, there's been weeks and stuff throughout the years, man. Just here recently, there was a couple of months where, I maybe get one day off a week, and it's, I've 2 shows a day sometimes. Go over here and play for 3 hours, and then drive 3 or 4 hours to go play another 3 or 4 hours. And
yeah,
you just get run down and ragged on the road, man, all the time, 24 hours a day pretty much.
Sure.
And then I got to thinking, it'd be nice to go take that time off for a day or two and just be with somebody, and
right,
just you and her out in the country,
yeah.
and just peace and quiet for a minute, man, and listening to the crickets singing the song, baby.
just taking a little time to relax, right?
Oh yeah, man, and enjoying something, just a little peace and quiet, and somebody to share it with,
Yeah, man, so. We all need that, 100%. I could definitely use that in my life, 100%. I'm waiting for Christmas to be able to take those couple of weeks off, man.
Absolutely.
I'm like in lock-in mode right now.
Exactly.
100%. I'm trying to lock in so I can lock out for those next couple of weeks properly once I get to December.
Absolutely.
I'm waiting on it. But
I think I've got some acoustic shows right up until like just a couple, 2 or 3 days before Christmas. So
yeah.
But Christmas is my birthday, so I'm gonna take Christmas off. And
oh yeah, no, you got to take it off.
Oh, absolutely.
There's no way you could not take off if Christmas is your birthday. I mean, how is that? Do you get like 2 sets of presents still, or?
Well, back when I was a kid, everybody's all throughout the years is like I bet you got gypped, but I always tell everybody, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, man.
Right.
Back in the day, my grandpa was a logger, man. He built an empire logging business from a team of horses, man. He was an incredible guy, but he stayed gone, on the job site all the time. And when he came home, of course, it was like Christmas anytime he come home. Not presents, but I loved him and get to spend the time with him. But so around Christmas, it was that one time a year when everybody was alive and everything that everybody would get together and love each other, and there was no bickering, and so it was just to me that overrode presents or anything like that, because it was great memories of the past, And,
yeah, man, you were able to see him, you were able to enjoy it. No, 100%. That makes perfect sense.
And I mean the whole family. I mean everybody came together for a few minutes, or a few hours during the day and enjoyed each other, and so that was more special than gifts to me. So,
right. No, I love that, 100%. So, Ruben, we gotta talk about getting out here in the country. You gotta give me some days off. Stop running me so damn ragged all the time, man.
Raggedy what? Raggedy what?
I need some time off, man. Ruben, you got it ready?
All right, hold on.
All right, Ruben's getting that ready for us right now. We're gonna play Out Here in the Country by Jason Passmore right here on HamiltonRadio.net. This is Hot Tag Takes. We out here in the country. Drum roll, please.
Okay.
Drum roll.
Uh-oh.
You okay over there?
I gotta fix it. It's not playing.
What's going on?
It's not playing.
It's just not playing?
It's just not playing.
You just hit play and nothing happened?
Yep.
Right in the blooper roll right here on Hamilton Radio. Put this man on America's Funniest Home Videos.
I think this was the one I tried to convert over that was a WAV file.
You are a mess. Yeah, I did mention you might have to switch it to an MP3.
I did.
This guy over here. You're a mess, good sir.
What we're gonna do with you, Ruben?
You want to play the next song?
No, you're pretending like he's got that. You pretending like we got that country connection out here.
We do.
Pretending like we got no bars. We're on Route 206, my guy.
I have no bars.
Well, while he's getting.
Let me fix that.
Yeah, while he's getting the song queued up, I'll go into my next question, man. So talk to us a little bit about sharing the stage with some of the musicians that we've mentioned, you know, the Easton Corbins, the Moonshine Bandits, as well as people that I didn't mention, you know, maybe like Saving Gabriel and Tracy Lawrence.
Yeah, I got to do the after party for Tracy Lawrence, but they were a great group of guys, man. And but Easton Corbin was a super, super great guy. And I've always loved Easton Corbin, man. He to me always sounded like a lot like George Strait.
Okay, I can see it.
Yeah, and he but now the Moonshine Bandits were excellent too. And I'm actually really good friends with their drummer Colt. And
okay.
He actually did the one tat. I only have one tattoo right now, and he's the one that done it. And it's got my dad a microphone and a bass head with my dad's name on it. You know, he passed away in 2008 with cancer, but
damn.
But Colt did an amazing job, man, with my tattoo and everything. So just some great guys. And of course, I got to open acoustically for Jesse James from Jackal, and
yeah,
he's always been one of my absolute favorite, rock stars, man. He's a really awesome, really cool dude.
Right.
So
we got to give a shout out to Colt though from the Moonshine Bandits, 100%, especially for the tattoo. Were you guys like friends for like a while? Did you know him like before the Moonshine Bandits or?
We were friends for a bit before that, and I had met him through another friend up in South Carolina here, and he's just a great drummer, and got a kind of his own style, man, and he's just a really cool dude. And like I said, if he ever hears this or or I'll mention it to him or whatever. He done a phenomenal job on the tattoo, man. My tattoo is kind of like the songs I do, man. It had to have meaning. I'm not just gonna get something.
You can't
just to put on my skin. So, but he really done a great job, man. So,
you can't put something on that's gonna last and not have it have meaning. I agree with that 100%. Ruben, we all good?
We are good.
All right, we're out here in the country, especially with that connection right here on HamiltonRadio.net. This is Hot Tag Takes. Listen to Jason Passmore out here in the country.
Singing through the neon smoke, then staring at those painted lines. Every night that screaming crowd, me and the band turn way up loud. Every now and then you gotta find some peace of mind. And that's why I love this silver line, you and me, out here in the country, listening to the crickets singing their song. In my soul, light from the moon, nothing but heat between me and you, and making love all night long, out here in the country. Slave to the grind, I figured we could take some time to take this truck out on a midnight stroll. A blanket laid out your body on mine, that burning passion in your eyes. Time to let this love language flow. Out here the country. I'm nervous, Silverado, you and me, out here in the country, listening to the crickets sing their song. Headlights on, light for the moon, nothing but heat between me and you, and making love all night long, out here in the country. All the things I've gotten to do and all the things I've seen, nothing quite compares to you and me, out here in the country. Out here in the country. Just you and me, out here in the country, out here in the country.
Out Here in the Country by Jason Passmore right here on HamiltonRadio.net, channel HR2. I don't know if you noticed, but I was clapping for Ruben when he finally got the song on, and when he explained what happened, I pointed and laughed at him a little bit. I don't know if you guys are watching the live and you could see it, but I just figured that I'd let everybody know what was going on while the song was happening. But definitely take a listen to Jason Passmore's music. Follow him on all of his socials. Definitely check out his site. He posts all of his different places that he performs at. He posts when the shows are going to be. So make sure you guys definitely check him out, especially if you're in the Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina area. He's got shows in all three of those states that are on his page. Again, he's got the dates on there as well. Definitely check him out 100%. So I do have a couple more things I want to ask, and then we're going to play one more song. I know you're a little bit tired today, but you've been performing for quite a while at this point, so I'm sure you've performed with countless musicians, singer-songwriters, etc. Who are some of the people that aren't on your bio or somebody that we didn't mention that you've enjoyed performing with over the years, and who would you like to perform with, both famous and somebody maybe that we wouldn't know?
I have another favorite artist that I really, really love his music. His name is Jacob Bryant. And
Okay.
hopefully him and I, go check him out, Jacob Bryant, incredible singer, songwriter. We're supposed to I'm hoping to get together with him real soon here and do some writing and stuff. So we've talked here a while back about some stuff. So, but definitely go check him out. And I'd love to, me and him have actually talked in the future maybe about doing some acoustic, like duo type shows, maybe hopefully down the road. So another, I've got to mention my band right quick as well. Randy B, Mike Eldrith, Buddy Klein. My son plays with us some on piano, but Randy has been we've been together. August, I think, was a year, and he's been an incredible part of my career, man, in the last year. Just a great singer, great guitar player, man, and he tries to keep me in line, and I don't know if it's possible or not, but he does pretty good at it.
he does about as well as you could do.
Yeah, he's the organized one, and I'm the guy that shows up, don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing. So, but no, he's a great guy, man. He's we've got some really great stuff going on. So, but also I was going to tell you for those out there, make sure you go to jasonpassmoremusic.com and Jason Passmore on Facebook, TikTok, all that stuff. So I think all the links are on the website, though. I think. So.
If you ever go see him, he's the guy that's trying to figure out what he's doing at the show by the time he gets there.
Yeah, and then I'll make my way to the stage and sing, and that's what I do best. And then I'll wander off and try to figure out what I'm doing for the next show. So.
Yeah, then he's getting on that stage hoping it's the right one.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so you do have, especially when you look at the site, you've performed at plenty of different places. It does seem like you have a little bit of a home base at, the Pigeons Forge, at the Old Red over in Tennessee. So
yeah,
go ahead.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm really fortunate, man. I've kind of got in there, and I could book shows in other places, but I've got a residency at the inn over there. They're amazing people, and I love Old Red, man. I have met some incredible musicians and people through there, and I have to say that East Tennessee right there is some of the most incredible, talented, and just awesome musicians that I've ever got to be around. So
okay,
I love that area, man.
Yeah.
So.
But what it did make me curious about is, what are some of the places you've traveled to perform? I asked because, I saw Tennessee, I saw the Carolinas, and I was curious if you're like traveling to some, places that are, even further than that. Because I've talked to different musicians at, go all over the place. Some of them, are out in Nashville. Seth Bunting recently went to LA this summer. The reason why I was curious is because I was wondering if you got any stories that you'd like to share about being on the road, or even if you have any stories about, some of the people you've met at Old Red or things like that.
Well, I do. I've got some people that book me with some a lot of colleges. So I've played up at in Virginia.
Nice.
I played. I've been in the works talking about a show. I think it's this next month up in Kentucky, which I've played up in Kentucky before, but I'm going to be playing at the University of Kentucky there.
Okay,
in Lexington.
That's exciting, man.
I've played out in Missouri. I've played in Florida.
In the zoo.
Yeah, that's been years and years ago, but I played out there in Missouri.
I'm actually curious about you playing in the zoo. Were you playing like Lion King soundtrack? What was going on there?
No, Missouri.
Well, you said the zoo. I thought you did.
Mizzou.
Oh.
No. Well, actually, you know what? Hey, listen, I did play I did play at the Nashville Zoo before the Josies last year. We played at the zoo. Me and a bunch of other different artists or whatever had time slots there before the Josie Music Awards. So that was pretty cool.
I mean, I'm curious. No matter what zoo it is, how was that?
It was actually really cool. They kind of set you up in the different places or whatever, and a lot of people come through, and so a lot of people get to hear your music. So
they got you your own exhibit.
Yeah, I was one of the silverback gorilla there, man, when I holding the guitar.
That's right. You were swinging off that guitar. You were swinging off that guitar like you were Tarzan that day.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh man, that honestly, I'm not gonna lie. That honestly may be the most interesting place that I've ever heard somebody perform at.
Yeah,
like I've heard a lot of different places. I've seen people do comedy in laundromats. I think the zoo might take the cake for a little bit.
Yeah, well there you go, man. Learn something new every day,
That's right. No, I gotta see if Philadelphia Zoo will run some comedy shows. I gotta try to figure that out. Maybe I could do comedy next to the gorilla. What do you think, Ruben?
Well, at least if you do comedy next to a gorilla, at least you be with somebody that will acknowledge you.
That's right. I could be with one of my own kind.
Your own kind.
No, if I grow this beard out, I bet you I could perform with the lions. They won't know the difference.
But that would be interesting though, to do a comedy bit at a zoo next to a gorilla.
Just anything at a zoo. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
So, we do have one last song that we do have to play for you before the show ends. So, let's talk a little bit about, excuse me, let's get back to You and Me. Obviously, you know, it's a little bit more of a romance song. You know, talk to us a little bit about it before we play that last song here on Hamilton Radio.
Well, it's one of my favorite songs that I've written, and like again, you know, living through those times and stuff like that. But also, I've played it at some of my shows, man, and I've had people that it's really touched and stuff. But it's one of my favorite songs that I've written. It pertains pretty much to a lot of different people, you know, not just me and stuff I've been through, but you know, when you listen to it, a lot of people are stuck on their phones, man, and we kind of lose track of spending time with each other, and
Yeah.
you know, and getting out by a campfire or a bonfire or something, and everybody getting together and, you know, spending some time together, man. It just, you know, it don't have to pertain to just a couple or whatever. It can kind of, you know,
No, you're
broaden the spectrum there. So
yeah, you're 100% right. You get so much absorbed into something you're doing that it's hard to come out of it sometimes, and it's important to remember to.
well, you know, like I said, man, you go to, and this, I'm not trying to say nothing bad, but a lot of times you go to the store, you go out in public, and people are walking into stuff, looking down at their phone, and I kind of really myself personally miss times when, you know, when people, you know, actually talk to each other, you know, when you're together and stuff, and going out and doing things together, and it not being all about the phone all the time. And, you know, I don't know. I kind of miss those times myself. So,
I mean, it makes perfect sense. You know, you want to, you know, enjoy the time with each other.
yeah.
100%. I agree with that. So, Ruben, not that you want to get back to You and Me because I make fun of you all the time, but we should definitely play that song, man. Definitely let everybody.
Jason, you think I should play it for this dude?
Well, it's his song.
Oh, your song.
Yeah.
It's his song, man. See, this is why Ruben doesn't want to get back to You and Me, because I mess with him too much.
Messes me too much, especially when I'm half tired.
That's right. Although you don't have as cool of a story. You weren't at a Five Finger Death Punch concert.
Nope.
Yeah, and I didn't get to sleep in either. I got up about 6:30 this morning. So.
Yep.
That's around when I was up too.
That's around when I went to sleep.
I've had about 3 hours, man. So 3.5.
Yeah,
something like that.
exactly.
That's about right.
Well, here we go.
Ready, Ruben?
Here we go.
All right, Ruben, let's get back to You and Me. Actually, let's not. But it's by Jason Passmore here for Hot Tag Takes on HamiltonRadio.net. Let's get back to You and Me.
Wrong song. That's the wrong song.
What the?
Did you say the wrong song?
No, that was right.
That's,
I thought it was.
no, that's
Isn't that the right one?
Is that the wrong song?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
It had their colors. No?
No, it's Back to You and Me.
Let's get back to You and Me. It should be
I
up
don't.
there.
Yeah, I don't have that.
No, you got 3 of them.
Yeah, I got Out Here, These Colors. Oh, Let's Get Back.
Yeah.
Did I play that already? I told you I'm half asleep.
Let's get back to You and Me, Ruben.
My bad. Here we go.
You're making me want that less and less.
I shouldn't play. Just get him to keep saying it.
Let's not get back to me and Ruben, but let's get back to You and Me on Hamilton Radio.
Here we go.
these phones to our face, killing time that we can replace. I think we need to change things a bit, baby. I got the perfect fix. We need some big old flames in that old fire pit, a couple of marshmallows on a stick, you sitting across from me with those sparkling eyes. We need some Mojo Dippy on the radio, you and me dancing nice and slow, getting back to what we used to be. Oh baby, let's get back to you and me. I know sometimes people change and their hearts go to separate ways. So before this love is left behind, let's give it a shot while there's still time. I need your lips pressed against mine, a couple of sips of that whole moonshine, some big old stars up in that beautiful sky. I need my fingers running through your hair, a couple of laughs without a care, getting back to what we used to be. Oh baby, let's get back to you and me. On the stick, you sitting across from me with those sparkling eyes. We need some mountain on the radio, you and me dancing nice and slow, getting back to what we used to be, getting back to what we need to be. Oh baby, let's get back to you and me.
Let's get back to Anyone But Ruben right here on HamiltonRadio.net channel HR2. I'm just kidding, Ruben. Let's get back to You and Me by Jason Passmore right here on Hot Tag Takes. Before we say anything else, I do want to say thank you, man. I really appreciate you being on the show. 100% happy you took your time, to grace us with your presence, especially after the Five Finger Death Punch concert, man. I'm sure you're tired. You could have slept in, but happy you're here. Happy I got to hear your music again. Happy, and I hope you enjoyed the conversation. I hope you had a fun time on the show.
Oh, man, I absolutely had a blast. It was super nice to meet you guys, and glad to be here. And also wanted to thank Paula Ann and the Blaze Entertainment for hooking us up, man. Some, great people, and I want to tell them thank you so much. And to everybody out there listening, I hope you enjoy my music, and there's lots more to come. So love each and every one of you, and thank you so much for having me.
We love Paula, man. Thank you, Paula. Shout out to Paula of Ablaze Entertainment right here on HamiltonRadio.net. This has been Hot Tag Takes. We're back tomorrow night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. AJ Ellis will be on the show with myself.
You mean I got to put up with you tomorrow,
Morin.
too?
What's up?
So you mean I have to put up with you tomorrow, too, as well?
Yes, you do.
Jason, you want a job?
Hey, Ruben, let's get back. Hey, Ruben, let's get back to you and me. It won't be long.
It won't be long.
This has been Hot Tag Takes. Jason Passmore. Shout out to Ruben producing the show right here on HamiltonRadio.net channel HR2. Catch us tomorrow, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We out.
Hold on. Ah, crap.
You are just having a day.
Yeah, yeah.
Couldn't even get us out right. I kind of want a drum roll for you now that everybody can hear me.
Yeah.
Ruben, did you ever think about taking everybody's shows and just putting bloopers together?
I did.
Yeah, because I feel like you absolutely should.
Especially that we do them live.
Exactly.
Here we go.
Everybody catch us tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. This has been Jason Passmore here on Hamilton Radio. Deuces.
So we good to go, brother?